Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I've said before, I am doing a monthly challenge with Dear Julie, and there are a few requirements to finish this journal by the deadline, and this list here is one of them. These are all embellishments, and as you can see, I'm almost done. But this 5-panel or cover cards, 3x4 or larger, I had to wait until she did her video on that because I had never heard of that before, and so I didn't know exactly what it was. And I've been kind of busy at work, so it took me, she did that video, I don't even know, it was a couple of days ago. It could have even been Monday or last Friday, I'm not exactly sure. But what it is it's a card that you can use for journaling, right? So that is a little dark, but there is some space there that you can write in. I decided to put a pocket on the front of it because you can take this out and journal on it. You can also turn it over and use the back as journaling space, or as the name suggests, a panel or a cover card. It could also be like a journal topper cover thing. And so this is a journal that I started. It's empty. I haven't done anything with it yet except put signatures in it. And so what you could do is just glue it to that. You could glue it on 3 sides only, so it has a top pocket like that. You could glue it on these 3 sides, so you could have a hidden side pocket like that. Or you could just open up your journal and clip it onto a page like this. That way you could use both sides, and that way it will be removable and you can put it anywhere you decide, right? So that you could just put it there if you wanted, whatever your preference on that. So I'm gonna put that aside. And so these are the 2 that I made. I've also said before, my sewing machine is all the way across the room, and so I do all my sewing first because all you'll hear is the sewing machine in the background, and then you having to wait for me to come over here. So I've already grabbed a few things that I want to use for this. These pieces right here are all from the same piece of cardstock that I printed out. I don't know where I got it. I do believe it was a free one. This is from a different place, a different person. I don't remember where I got that one either, but I think that was from a free site also. There are some free sites that you can just find on Facebook, and they have free printables, and they also, most of them that I've seen, have a site for their Etsy shop or whatever. These particular digitals happen to come from Dear Julie, and you can find that in her Etsy shop, and you can find her on Facebook and YouTube, and I will put her link in the description box below. So this one here, I pulled this one out because it's got some green in it, and it does have 2 beautiful roses on there, but I'm gonna cover this one up here and keep that one visible. So what I'm gonna do, and I want that to be like a tuck spot, but if it might go on the cover, I'm gonna just do like an L-shaped tuck spot. That way, if it does happen to be on the front cover, somebody can put like a picture or some tickets to a baseball game or football. I don't even know what's in season, you know, whatever you wanna tuck in there. But I'm gonna put it out here so you can still see the stitching on the side there. And that's gonna go there. And so all of our elements have to have at least 3 things on them to be considered fully embellished. I'm gonna ink. I like to ink. Walnut stain is what I'm gonna use for this right here. You don't have to ink. It's just something that I like to do. So gonna go ahead and ink this up real quick. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a stamp on there, and I pulled this out, and this looks closest to roses, so I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna use my Ranger Archival ink. It's a permanent ink. Where did it go? This one here, I have aged mahogany. This is a distress oxide, so you can get this wet and it'll make a different, it'll make different colors on there. So I'm just gonna put this right about there. All right. Good shot that first time. I usually don't make it right the first time. Okay. I'm very bad about that. I do not clean my stamps off. I just stick it back in the box and call it a day. So I pulled this out to stick in there, and I think that we will go ahead and use my corner punch, if I can reach it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use my corner punch to just round these edges, and I turn it upside down just so I can see if I have those corners in there all the way correctly, because there's been some times where I've been off a little bit and then I have to go back and cut it again, and it just doesn't cut right because I cut it wrong to begin with. And we're just gonna put a little bit of ink around there. You're not really gonna see much of it, but force of habit now, I suppose. Okay, and that's gonna go just tuck right in there. I'm gonna put that one to the side for now because I'm not sure if it's 100% done. So we are going to move on to this one right here. And I wanted to make this into a hidden pocket. And so I am going to glue this down on 3 sides only, but let me ink this here first real quick. This one here is a really pretty digital. It's got so many different colors in there. That's almost like purplish blue. It's got light pink, dark pink, green, yellows. Very beautiful. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. Always cover your ink so it doesn't dry out. If it does dry out, I just have a little spray bottle. This has just plain tap water in it, and you just give it a squirt or two, and it'll make that come back to life. So my idea for this is to give it a little bit of definition here. These here, I have a few of them actually. Let me show you to them before we get started. I watched Natasha from Treasure Books, and one of her most recent videos, she does takes all of her scraps and just makes little sewing designs on them. So you can just put them aside and pull them out for whenever you need a little embellishment for something. So we're gonna put that one there, and I'm just gonna ink that edge right there. I'm only gonna worry about the top and that one little corner there because the rest of it's gonna be tucked under, and there's no reason to waste that ink. So this one here is gonna go right there. And we're just going to ink up that back while I'm waiting for this to come down. This is what I'm using here, Fabrifix. There's also Fabri-Tac. They're both made from Beacon. I believe they also have one that's called 3-in-1, and it's all made by the same company. I'm not sure if, excuse me, got a cat hair in there. I'm not sure if they all have the same ingredients, but I do know that they're basically all for the same stuff. They are silicone based, and they do have an odor. So if your nose is kind of sensitive, you might want to find a different glue. I've already inked that. Okay, and because I want this pocket to be hidden, I am not going to put a little cutout right there. You're just going to have to see, you know, peek around. When you get a new journal, go through it. I've sold a few journals, and my one friend that I sold a journal to for Christmas for her and her kids texted me and said, oh my God, I think it's going to take me like an entire week to get through this whole thing before I can use it, just so I can see what all's in there, because there's so many hidden pockets and little tuck spots and hiding places. Okay, the good thing about this Fabrifix here is that if it's still wet and you get it where you don't want it to be, if you're quick enough, you can roll it off, and it comes off in a neat little ball here. Okay, so I found this flower just hanging out on my desk, and so I'm just going to, it looks like it came from cardstock that had something on it, and I don't know, I probably just punched it and then it got lost. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of color here on the edges, and I picked blue because that was the color that was already on there, and this one is Faded Jeans. So I want that to go right there. Oh shoot, you know what? Let's pull that up a second, because I pulled this out because I wanted this to go underneath there. So let's see if, let me add a little bit more glue there. I wanted to add that just as a decoration. We're gonna hold that out a little bit just so we can fold that in half and then stick it on in there. Okay. All right, there we go. I don't even know where that came from. When I get gift bags or whatever that have ribbon on them, I take that ribbon and I keep it and use it in stuff like this. So what I'm gonna do, so this won't fray, is I'm just gonna take a regular lighter and I'm just gonna singe that edge a little bit, trying not to set the house on fire. That way it won't fray. So good, I'm glad that got there. Okay, so I think I want that right there, and I had a green button around here somewhere that I wanted to put on there. Oh, I guess I got lost. Yep, got lost. Okay, let me see. Oh, is that one that's gonna match? Oh, that's the one I think I had out. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, just to make this marry well into all the rest of the colors, I'm just going to take this and go through the back. These holes are big enough you don't need a needle. And go back through the front. And then we're gonna give that a little snip, and we're gonna tie these in a knot. Oh, okay. I keep tweezers handy for things just like that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do it twice, just to make sure that it doesn't come off. If it happens to fall off, let's just hope it doesn't fall off. Okay, so I'm gonna take this little flower here and I'm gonna give it a little bit of glue and put it right there. And then I want these to hang down so you can see them. And so I'm just gonna flip it over and add some glue to the back here. And we're gonna put that right there and center it. Okay, hold that down so it dries. And then, let's see, I didn't pull anything out to put in there. What do I have on hand? Okay, let's see. I got a little paper pad here. Oh, here we go. This little pad here has some pink in there that would go right in there. And I'm not gonna go ahead and ink this. You don't need to ink everything. It just, you kind of end up inking everything once you get going. It's kind of hard to stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this just a little bit more, but I'm only gonna fold it enough so I know it's not gonna fall out. But in order for you to know something's in there, I'm gonna keep it hanging out just a little bit. Okay, so that one's done. We can add that to the pile. All right, this one here, I am going to put a little pocket tuck spot on there, and I'm gonna put it this way. I really didn't want to cover up those roses, and I know that this goes on the bottom because that one's facing up the right way, and so I want to put it right there. But since this doesn't go all the way to the end, we're just gonna cover up that spot there with this here and just give it a little bit of look. But we're not gonna glue that one down because we want to make sure that we have enough space to put this in there so this isn't hindering it. So we are going to go ahead and ink that edge. Yeah, so when I saw that video from Natasha, I went into one of my many drawers of leftover scrap papers, and I just pulled out all my cardstock and went ahead and glued everything down. I mean, we're gluing this down now. I went ahead and sewn all the edges there, since, you know, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to put videos together. So that's why I do as much as I do beforehand. So that way you're not looking at dead video space with nothing. Okay, so which way do I want that? Okay, I want that this way. And so, oh, we might even be able to make a double tuck out of that. Just put it on 3 edges there, and this will be able to hold like a ticket or something. There you go. And we're gonna rub that glue off, and what I'm gonna do is I have a stencil here. Here we go. And I think I want this bird and that butterfly, and what I'm gonna do in order to not get the rest of that stuff that I don't want in there, I'm just gonna put a piece of paper down and see, I want those about right there. And so I'm just gonna put this paper where I know if I do go outside of those lines, it's not going to get where I don't want it to be. Okay, and because they're it's a bird and a dragonfly, I'm gonna go ahead and use my faded blue, and I'm just gonna put that on there. And as I've said before, you don't really need all those fancy tools. So I don't buy the ink daubers. I just save my thread spools when they're empty, and my prescription bottles, and I, like when it's on the prescription bottle, I just pop that off, put the new top on. When this one gets too ate up and you can't really use it anymore because it's falling apart, then I just grab another lid, glue another one of these on, and then it's ready to go. But I go through a lot of threads, so these don't really matter for that. Okay, that's what that looks like. I keep some baby wipes handy, so these I do wipe off with a baby wipe, just to make sure that the next time I use it, I'm not going to get a color that I don't want on there to be there. So let's see. I think we might put that right there, and then maybe find a button. I didn't look for a button on this one, but we're just going to put a little bit of glue right there. Glue stick, actually, and we're going to mash that down. When I use glue sticks, I use Scotch Create glue stick. It is a permanent glue stick. It is kind of goopy, gooey, if you will. But I found out of the ones that I've tried, some of them, you put it on there and as soon as the glue dries, it just kind of falls off, you know? So I got this to put in here. And let me see. Let's see what we got in here to put in that other little pocket. Yeah, that looks good. First thing I pulled out. I like it when that happens. Okay, so I'm just gonna give these a brief little edging there. This is cardstock also. I got it in a pack of stickers and whatnot. I don't know if it's Tim Holtz or if it's just one of those random things that you can get from Amazon, but that's going to go right in there. And now you got a double tuck spot in there. Let's make sure we glue that down a little bit more so you can't pull it off. And I'm just going to fold it over and swipe it with the glue. And then I'm going to take my pointy tweezers and pull it over so I can squish it down. And that should be good to go. There you go. Another one done. Okay, is this one done? Do we need something else over here? Maybe a little something? Oh, you know what? Maybe we could put a little tag topper on that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so we're just going to take our Scotch Create glue and put just a little bit of glue up there so we can mash this down in there. And even though that will stay, I am going to just take a stapler and, for aesthetic purposes, staple that on there just for a little bit of industrial look. And my staplers seem to always keep ridges. I don't know if you can see that, but I just take a pair of jewelry pliers and I just squish that down. That way nobody gets hurt. Okay. There we go. All right. That was quick and easy. And I got 5 of them done all real quick. So here we go. All right. I do have another project already on the back burner that I found from a different video watching somebody else, and we will do that next time. So I hope you like what you saw. If you did, please hit like, subscribe, and share. And please leave me a comment if you'd like to see something in particular that I haven't done yet, and get my my version of whatever that happens to be on there. That would be wonderful. So stay tuned for my next video. Bye.